What's up? This is Draco.
And this is Alicia.
And you're now tuned in to OD
Podcast.
Oh,
Period.
Let's talk about how you can't do shit for a bitch.
Kristen did ask.
You know.
A lot of people be saying that quote because you be saying it.
Listen, I get so, like, I promise you, my friend Ricky literally just asked me to send me that video like 4 days ago.
Huh? That's my part when she slap her leg. Huh?
Yeah, when it's stomped. I feel like I really bugged that video up because it ain't even that deep, but it was just.
But it's so peculiar. It's like, girl.
It was the beginning of the video that really got me because she was really mad as fuck. Like,
her hair was flying on her head.
Her hair was flying on her head. The way she was licking her lips before she started talking, she like, let's talk about how you can't do shit for a bitch, huh?
That sounds like one of old school arguments between the couple, like some neighbors or something.
Love that. How's it going? How's your weekend?
Man, my week it's not okay. Well, let me not say it's not okay. It's okay. I did have a funeral yesterday. No, was that yesterday? It was Sunday. Dang.
Sunday, yeah.
The holiday flew by. Yes, I did attend a funeral, and I I just realized, and this is why I don't like to announce things that I'm working on. It was a year ago that I had even started planning for my second podcast, and where is it? I got so darn busy with life. I even announced it. So I guess.
Yeah, I kept that in the back of my mind the other day when I was explaining to you that you had other stuff to work on.
Okay, first of all, he who was without sin cast first stone. Okay. So besides that, I feel like I'm trying to quit working. So I just been reading into all kinds of stuff. Well, I work a lot so I can have a lot of money. And then I'm gonna use that money to start working. So I really have been, how people be like, oh, we can start a business. I don't want to start a business. I want to move into a working movement. So I've just been researching a lot of different stuff that I can do. Like, man, I've been looking into franchising. I've been looking into like acquiring small businesses. It's just like, it's not, the thing is, I think a lot of people, and myself included, they kind of want to not have to do any of the labor. And I'm okay with doing some labor, but I really just want something that I am going to enjoy. So I need somebody to help me because I've never been an entrepreneurial mind person. I never wanted to, but now that I'm older, I'm just like, bro, I'm not doing data for the rest of my life. I'm gonna do it, but not for the man. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I've been going. I've been doing a lot of research. I got so many tabs open on my computer. It's really disgusting. So that's really what's been going on. Just been thinking about my birthday and how it's just gonna be just like, well, my birthday last year was amazing, but I mean as far as like outside the house. But that's it. I don't mean to complain about stuff that I should be grateful for, but that is
what I'm not complaining. You just speaking your mind, queen. That's all you doing.
Thank you for enabling me. What I realized recently? It's a lot of people that are not likable. They're not cool. They're not nice people, but they're going to always have people around them that are going to rephrase or redescribe what they did to make them feel okay with it. And that's the problem. They enable them. They yes men. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Yeah, they be like, true. You ain't mean no harm, friend. You just thought, no, you're dead wrong.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
They need to be told that.
Somebody who, one of the topics I want to talk about today has something to do with somebody who has enabling fans. But we're going to talk about me first.
Okay.
So this past weekend, I went to Arizona to visit one of my clients who is a friend. She invited me out. She was like, I really want you to come visit. I was talking about Arizona, how like I really want to go there. And honestly, I didn't want to go. I just came back from Mexico and I feel like I spent a lot of money. And I haven't been in a good mind space here in LA because I'm going to be honest, I just feel kind of lost. Like, I don't know where to start. That's how I feel. Like, it's like, where the fuck do I start with this? Mm-hmm. Because, I moved during the holidays. I kind of had to rush to move at the last minute because there was so much going on. Now that I'm here, I don't feel comfortable with working or doing things out of my home like I intended on doing because I don't have the furniture or, I don't have the equipment that I need. Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, I'm new to having credit. So now I have four 4 credit cards. And I know that's what I'm supposed to be using it for, is to, get things that I actually need. But I still be kind of nervous to use my damn card. But I've overcome that. I'm like, you know what?
Use it for everything.
Yeah, I mean, clearly. So I've been using it, just getting things for my apartment or whatever. So anyway, the trip to Arizona was all expense. So I'm like, I don't know why I'm complaining. I just don't like to be away from home because that could be time that I could be used working. But realistically, I'm just not in the headspace to even do that where I wasn't. Now, I don't know what's in Arizona air. I don't know. But
Stan.
I've I've come to the realization that one, I really love nature. Like I think I always knew that, but I think that Arizona really made me aware of how much I am just in love with being in nature or just seeing certain things that I haven't seen before. And I think that I've been accustomed to it because of me living in the South and living in Atlanta. We got a whole bunch of trees, we got animals,
I know. You
but
go
it's
out
like,
west, you be shook for real. Even just in
yeah,
California, the mountains.
yeah.
I
Like
agree.
every time I leave downtown, um, I'm literally shook just looking at stuff like, damn, I really live here. Like I say
Mm-hmm.
that probably 6 times a day. But Arizona really um, put things in perspective for me as far as like having a little time to just think about stuff that I want to do, how I'm going to approach this new environment, the things that I'm going to do that I can do. And I just overthink a lot of stuff because I have so many resources. I know so many people, and I know that I could easily reach out and just be like, hey, I want to do this. And I know that it can go up from there, but I think that you overthink things so much sometimes that it just kind of scare you out of doing it. But I will say that just being outside, I went to Sedona. It was so far. Oh my God. From Phoenix, it was probably like a 2.5 hour drive.
That ain't that far, but I feel you.
It was traffic.
Yeah.
So it took about like 2.5 hours. And we were on a sprinter. I'm I sat in the back because I'm a badass child, and I don't need to do that no more because I couldn't go to sleep on it because it was so bumpy. But once we got there, um, we all like took an edible and we just explored through nature. That was the first time I ever did ATVs
I went right
without
back to the back of that sprinter and went to sleep.
a. I that was the first time I've ever done ATVs without a guide. So we literally had like a digital map and we had to just ride through the mountains ourselves. And it was the most coolest thing. I really just felt free and just relaxed and just that was the highlight of my weekend. Like I did have fun. They wanted to go out to clubs and stuff. Honestly, I didn't really have fun at the club. I'm kind of over that. But I will say that that was the highlight of my weekend. And then I just spent the rest of my trip just in my room. I did kind of walk downtown. I explored like a food truck park, which was fire because the food truck park that I used to go to in Atlanta, it was cool. But the one that I went to in Arizona, I mean, they had everything. They had everything. The music was nice. The area was nice. I had like toured a few buildings. I don't want to move there or nothing, but I've never seen container apartments or like container
Oh, really?
buildings. I never really like saw them before.
It's a few around the city, but you might not even know that's what it is.
I enjoy myself. I do feel like I got sick from the food in Sedona. We had ate at this Mexican restaurant. Oh my God. That was another thing too. The native people out there, like it's insane. The features and the way they look, their hair, their style,
Yeah,
like
it's fire
everything,
to
even the
just be
black
around.
people.
Yeah.
Like I was like, whoa, like y'all, like you can tell, like it was just very interesting to me. That's one thing that I always do when I visit different places. I always people watch. And when I came to LA and I was just like, before I moved, I was looking around. I noticed that a lot of the Mexican people here, they look different from the Mexican people that I'm used to seeing in Atlanta. So in my head, The
It's
Mexican
probably a
people in Atlanta
geographical
are,
thing.
yeah. In my head, I'm like, they look like Mexican people, or what I would think Mexicans would look like. But in LA and in Arizona, they actually look like Native Americans. Like they all look
Well, you know
like.
why?
But now I'm back home, and I feel better. Like I feel so much better. Like my ear has unclogged. I don't know if y'all remember, but my right ear has been bothering me for like almost 2 weeks. Um, and I've been trying to find like an urgent care to go to so that I can get it looked at and like cleaned out or whatever needs to be done. Because I literally couldn't hear out of my right ear up until about 20 minutes ago. Like I
What do
just
you
was
think?
sitting.
Because this is from several weeks.
So initially it was my left ear. So that happened. That went on for about 6 days, and then I got it clear. So when I flew to Mexico, it switched to my right ear. Oh no. It was before Mexico, but it switched to my right ear. So the whole time I was in Mexico, I couldn't hear out of my ear. And this whole week I couldn't hear. Went to Arizona, couldn't hear. Like up until 20 or 25 minutes ago is when it popped. I popped it.
Yeah, I would definitely see if you can get somebody to look into that. I mean, do you think your ears might be clogged with wax or something?
My friend Devin, he's a flight attendant. He said that this recently happened to him, which was crazy. It happened to him like 2 months ago. So when he went to the doctor, they used like a water gun thing and like
Mm-hmm.
literally clean his ear out and it drained everything. So he said that what happened was he cleaned his ears too much
Yep, I
and
know
it
I
was
do.
pushing the wax in his ear.
Yep.
So I'm sure that's probably what's going on with me. And he said that he has these wire things that they recommended he buy from the store. They're like little
Mm-hmm.
wires.
Like thin enough to
Um,
slide around the wax.
yeah, and then I also bought some wax melts. So you're supposed to drop it in your ear, it melt the wax, and it has a suction cup, and it sucks it out. That
Oh,
shit didn't even work.
I draw the line there. Yeah, I clean my ears a lot, and it's really unhealthy. And I always almost tap my eardrum, so I know I ain't backed up in there. But I had to literally. I haven't even bought more Q-tips because I'm like detoxing.
I do it a lot because I got the AirPod Pros, and
Mm-hmm.
that's so embarrassing when I be on a plane and I see people open the AirPod case and it got a whole bunch of
Oh, that's
dirt in
it's
there.
so disgusting. It's disgusting.
So I just be clean. I clean my ears like every time I know I'm about to leave that. Like I just wet it. I wet it in the shower and just do it, or I just do it on the way out the door. I don't know. But as of now, we in the clear as of 20 minutes ago. But I'm gonna still go
Congratulations.
get it checked out. Yeah, I'm gonna still go get it checked out just to just to make sure I'm good because that was the most uncomfortable thing. Imagine somebody in your face, and I'm like, huh?
Wait, is it my turn to Black Business of the Week?
It sure is. I
I'm running
think.
out of options. Y'all ain't. I'm just kidding. Let me stop. Oh, you know what? Let me. Now I haven't picked up my product yet, but I'm gonna make my Black Business of the Week be the Christopher Cow.
Oh, period.
Draco actually, so I hit Draco up and I had wanted to go to this particular person to get a wig made. And he was like, nah, don't go to that person because they be doing this. And you know what? I'm picky. People really do trust my advice on my reviews and the people I patronize. I ain't going outside, especially when it costs this much money. So anyway, he suggested to me the Christopher Cow, who I reached out to him. I sent him an email. He was very professional. Even on his bio, he got his schedule on when he answered emails. He honestly, he really responded outside of his business hours, and it was a holiday. But I'm not telling y'all that, so y'all can do the same thing and expect the same thing. I'm just telling you, like, dang, okay, cool. But one thing about me, I am very organized and detailed when I communicate. I put out all the things that I might have a question about, all the things I might expect, just so we can get all the information up front and later down the line, there's no confusion. I try to eliminate that. But yeah, he had all the information. He asked for my head measurements, the color, the dimensions, the length, blah, 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 blah. I mean, everything you could think of. And so I just really appreciate it because some business people, you reach out to them and they'll be, okay, I was looking for a realtor for this thing that I'm trying to do. I reached out to a few different people. I reached out to one girl. I said, hi, my name is such and such. I'm looking to get a property in this state. I've done this before, so I'm pretty familiar. All I need is this. I gave her all the, just like I said, it was like a paragraph. Guess what she replied? Do you have a lender? Not high. Thank you for reaching out to me. I'm happy to help. Nothing like that. And she has a lot of followers. So, I tried to align that with experience, but then I reached out to this other girl who's very new, has not been selling houses that long, was very detailed, gave me a list of her suggested lenders, gave me telling me how I could probably go even lower than my budget and still get what I'm looking for, connected me with her broker. I mean, really on point. I'm like, I'm gonna go with her because even if she sold one house, to me, she understand what my communication style, and I would rather put someone in her pocket versus this other girl who gonna rely on, I guess, popularity. I don't like that. So anyway, back to Christopher Kyle. I feel like I said Kyle. So I sent him my dimensions. He his wig turnaround time is like 6 to 8 weeks. It's only been like maybe 2 3 weeks. My wig already ready. I do have one more that I'm gonna get him to make, but I haven't paid for it yet because he haven't sent no invoice. But that's neither here nor there. But he's just really professional. He's funny. He's organized, and his social media is really clean. I hate when people have a whole lot of posts and the stuff that just be all over the place. But anyway, I just want to shout him out. His Instagram is the Christopher Kyle. I'll put the information in the episode notes, and his website you can buy. He has like one of ones, which basically are already made wigs. One of the ones I got was that, and then he also sells raw Indian hair bundles, and he can also make custom wigs. So if there's a style that you want in particular, he can do that for you. But I think that to me, for the quality of hair and these wigs, the prices are more than reasonable. Because I feel like when I looked at how much it would cost me to buy the bundles and make my own wig, which is what I normally do, maybe another $100, 150, he
Yeah.
make the wig. So anyway,
Yeah.
I just want to share that, shout him out, and yeah, that's the black business of the week.
Yes, I've been knowing Chris for about 6 years, and we met on Instagram. But he used to come to Atlanta a lot and take classes from a lot of hairstylists. He took classes from the top hairstylists in Atlanta. I mean, everybody. He took classes with Alonzo, BK Loves Me, Chi Chi, Onyx, like anybody that I think that can do hair like amazing. And I feel like what he did was he came down here, he learned from them, and he made it his own. Like he just merged everything and then put his own twist to it, and then made his own. Because I feel like at this point, in my opinion, TT is like one of the number one stylists in Atlanta because of how versatile she is with her hairstyles, and like everything like that. And anybody who take her class, they do hair like her. Because I think Alonzo honestly does hair like her. Or similar to her, but that's neither here nor there. But I just remember him wanting to do hair, and he was working at damn post office. He was the
For 7 years,
mailman.
I was on his live last night.
Yeah, he was the post office. So he ended up just leaving the post office and just started doing hair. I mean, immediately blew up. Like it.
That's
I
fire.
mean, like
I want to see
normally
who had that
when people
skill. Is it
have
something
those like he always did hair, but he would do it like after work or something. He wouldn't do it professionally. But then like he started taking clients, and then boom, like he literally quit, and I mean instantly just blew up in Baltimore. And I'm like, you need to be in Atlanta because can't nobody do no hair like you.
Yeah,
Like
his
it's
stuff
so
looks really
soft.
good. Like for real.
His installs are just really clean. It's soft. Like his hair is like it just looks natural. Like he can really do hair. Like in my opinion, I'm like, you can really do hair. But
Yeah, he can. And I was telling him, I was like, honestly, after seeing the pictures of hair on your page, now when I go to other people's page, I don't even like the quality of their hair. Like it's the now I always been an advocate for mink Brazilian. When it comes to Brazilian hair, I'm gonna always go with mink. But that Indian hair is so thick and it's just so natural looking. But I have gone to other people's page who make units and do hair, and I'm like, that hair look cheap. And they charging the
yeah,
same thing, if not more. So to me, he definitely. I mean, I'm gonna probably have several weeks for him, like every flavor for
period.
sure. Now I don't know if I'm gonna be able to have time to get him to do my install, but I'm definitely if the service that he's providing me is how he always is, he gonna always. And now I ain't nobody. I think I've had 1 wig, 2 wigs made by somebody else before, but out of the 30 I got, I made them all myself, honey. I will pay the extra coin for that quality of hair and the quality of the wig. It looks good. So anyway,
That's how I feel. That's how I feel about my haircuts.
Yeah. Oh
That's how I
boy.
feel.
Oh boy. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So let's
Oh,
get into shop.
on this week's episode of Draco is still ain't got no barber in LA. So I found a barber, y'all. Found one, right? He hasn't cut my hair yet, but he cuts hair. I don't know if I said this before, but I'm gonna say it again. He cuts hair like my barber in Atlanta, like very identical. I'm like, you know what? This is who I want to go to. I tried to book an appointment with him. So I said, let me just text him first before I book the appointment just to make sure, just to make sure, because I know this is going to be a last minute appointment. This man said he don't move to LA to February 7th.
Hold on, can we please? First of all, let me tell you something. Because sometimes I go on Instagram and I use Atlanta stylists to find a hairstylist. If you live in Nashville, you're not an Atlanta stylist. I don't care if you came to Atlanta. I hate that people do that, and I get it gets your engagement, but it's literally a waste of time to be using that hashtag, and you can't actually service clients. Now, I know there are some people who come to Atlanta every couple months, but you're not an Atlanta stylist. You're not. It's so frustrating because I see way more out of town stylists than locals. And a lot of locals don't even use the hashtag. So it's just like, I need y'all to stop doing it. It's false advertising.
See, what's even worse is that I found him on Style Seat under the Los Angeles location.
Oh my God. Oh my
So
God. And look at him.
still
What's
don't have a
crazy
barber.
on his side, he probably don't even look at that as trifling. He look at it as like, ooh, I already got the man. No, you don't. Because now I don't moved on.
Yeah. So
Oh,
still
Jesus.
looking for a
You might want
barber.
to get a wig from Christopher Kyle.
Might as well. In a minute, I'm about to just invest in my own barber products and just cut my own hair. To be honest,
I mean,
I've
you
watched a few
should. I
YouTube
feel like
videos.
you
I
should. I
watched
think
a
that that
few
could
YouTube
be a
videos.
great.
I don't.
I know lineups and cuts are a skill, but I think that you know how you want your stuff to look. Just if you could just do at least a little basic taper, just let it grow from there. You know what I'm
I
saying?
feel like I would be fine with it. It's just I need to learn how to use the tools because I'm a makeup artist. I draw lines and fade in out every day.
Yeah, that's the
To be
simple.
honest,
Yeah, no, I figured that you got the hand, just like people who know how to flat iron real good. All right, so let's get into shop talk. So I want to talk about Jada and Lil Baby. You know,
what
for
happened?
nothing happened personally. Yeah, they back together basically. That's what happened. So that's
Really?
obviously, yeah, you ain't been. Listen, let me tell you something. So let me backtrack. So obviously, Lil Baby embarrassed Jada so many times on social media, in public, whatever the case is. And she took him back a couple times, but then I think after the porn star thing, she left him for good or for good at the moment. And then, whatever they broken up, it appears that she's just single and free. And then Lil Baby is seen with Saweetie. And then Jada does this interview with Hollywood Unlocked and basically was like, we can get back together. We just need to have a conversation. She ain't said that literally, but that was basically what she was saying. Because to me, this is my assumption. Okay. If I'm Jada, if I had this great relationship with this man I love, not great, because he obviously embarrassed you, but I see him with another girl, I'm gonna get a little jealous. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be like, nah, because in real life I wouldn't be jealous, but if I'm a celebrity, I feel like you can't avoid those details, those updates. To me, when I break up with somebody, it's out of sight, out of mind. So I won't even know what they got going on to even have jealousy. But as somebody like Jada, you got fans tagging you, commenting, DMing you, interviews, and all this other stuff. So now you get to see this man play by play. You can't avoid it. He got the biggest songs. He's the biggest rapper, biggest. He got 4 pockets full. So you see him with Saweetie, you probably like, that's the best you could do. No shade. Saweetie's a pretty girl, but I think Jada's gorgeous to me. So anyway, for Christmas, Jada got this brand new car. I forgot what kind of car it was, but it was nice. And people was
A
like,
Rolls Royce
oh,
coloring.
okay, there we go. Rolls Royce. And people like, oh, baby must have bought it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then yesterday, or maybe it was the day before, she posted this hotel room with these flowers. It was actually, I usually say the flowers on the floor in the hotel room is corny, but the way Lil Baby did it, I'm like, oh, this is nice. Anyway, fast forward to today, they post a picture and she's like in some man's arm, like she jumped up in his arms, and all you can see is his pants and some rings. Definitely going to Lil Baby page, see the same ring, same pants. Anyway, I say all to say, when I seen this post, I'm like, that's her business. It was always her business, but I really be feeling a way about girls that get humiliated like this and keep going back. But clearly, she probably really enjoys how he treats her. And
Yeah, I mean, this is very weird, but she probably has a bond with him. I mean, for one, they have a
Yeah, they
kid
got a
together.
child.
Yeah, they have a kid together. So
Don't date
that
men with kids. Number one,
definitely,
don't have these men kids. I tell you this all the time.
yeah. So it's like you got soul ties to this guy, but it's just effed up because he also has another kid, and then it's like, do you be doing her that way too? Which I feel like
Probably
he probably
not. I
does.
used to be dragging it.
Yeah,
Probably
she's
not.
just weird. She a little weird. Jada kind of a little less on the radar, but
And if you
yeah, I
compare
mean,
the two, I
realistic.
mean, he was with Aisha way before the fame. Not saying that he wouldn't have emotion because he was having emotion, but he wanted Jada. Jada just has always been established. Not no shade to Aisha, but she was dancing, and people might not look at it as like a boss in some aspects when you compare it to like a literal millionaire.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't understand it. It's not for me to understand. More power to her. I wish her the best. Honestly, like seriously, I really do. Because
Me
I
too.
feel
I just
like
hope that he
I
doesn't
just
embarrass you again. Seriously, I genuinely hope not because I think that they're a cute little power couple, if you want to call them that. But that's
yeah.
where I draw the line.
Um. Yeah. That's all I got to say about that. It's just I hope that it works out. I hope this is what you really want to do or y'all. But at the end of the day, it's not my business.
It's not
But I'm gonna
not
move
really a
on
little
to
bit
her.
our business
To
because y'all posting it,
cause
but
yeah. But even still, I can have my words, but it still ain't my business.
it's nothing I could do about
Um.
it. And I literally, y'all got more action than I'm over here in my bed. And I got the headboard from Wayfair,
Okay.
and I got a new
So I'm
bed coming
moving
from
on.
Walmart.
I'm moving on. I'm gonna be so next is her Instagram cousin Ari.
Oh boy,
Um
oh boy.
so it's a few things with Ariana Fletcher.
Oh, this is my
So
first name.
Ari got on a radio station the other day and she was
She's on Power
basically
105 with Nyla Simone.
see I don't be knowing the radio stations.
She's a
But
young
she
DJ.
was
That's
just trying to do a little damage control.
She been on a
And
media tour, yeah.
it's not working. It's not gonna work because I think what it is with her is that she wants to be looked at as the realest bitch. You know what I'm saying? And I think that went out the window once she started lying about her surgeries at one point.
Oh my
And
god.
so I think that from that moment for me, it's like we don't trust you. We live in an age where like people who are in the media and who are the public eye on that side of the spectrum, they
Mm-hmm.
all have that body and they all want that look, that certain look. And it's like, it's no point in even lying about if you had surgery or not,
I
because one day
agree.
you look like this and one day you don't. We know you did something. We're
And like surgery
of
or
course,
not, it literally doesn't really matter. I think it's like you said, it's the line. It's like you saying
yeah,
you had it doesn't really negatively impact you.
yeah. And
Especially if it look good. Cause I think in general, her shape is really nice. Now close up could be
yeah, like her
debatable, but her
her
body
her
look
legs and
good.
stuff. I feel bad for her because I feel like she can't wear no real clothes. Anytime she try to wear real clothes, it just doesn't work. Like, but that's I'm not here to do that. So, anywho, she was trying to do a little damage control, basically saying that she's starting a nonprofit for domestic violence and battered women, stuff like that. And it is entirely too soon for that because I don't feel like she's done enough to prove that she's learned her lesson. Like, you haven't done anything because at the end of the day, this is just like, oh, let me just throw money in these people's pockets in this organization just so that I can clear my name for this because I'm losing money. And I knew that something was going to come out of that because out of all the deals that people have on, like from these companies, I've heard that Rihanna pays the most from every client.
Oh,
They
I
like
believe it.
Rihanna.
And the quality is the best.
Yeah, that's why Rihanna required them to get a photo shoot done, get y'all makeup done, get y'all hair done. It can't be no Fashion Nova. I'm on the elevator with a two piece, fresh face. No, it's not giving that.
Now that I think about
Yeah,
it, Fenty has dang Rihanna that girl. She is that girl.
yeah, yeah.
Dang, she that
I
girl.
I just wish she had more male influencers. but that's neither here nor there. We'll get there one day. But
Riri, I got a
yeah,
professional camera and I know photographers, and I'm about to have a real nice wig.
call us.
Okay, hello.
But yeah, I just honestly feel like that it's too soon for that. I just feel like she hasn't done enough to prove that she's learned her lesson. And the way that she even presented it from the little piece of the interview that I heard, it wasn't even convincing at
It
all.
was not. It wasn't. It wasn't. And also, might I add, because she was also on Lip Service podcast. Let me add 2 notes about that. So I listen to Lip Service. I've listened to every single episode ever. So when I saw they posted the episode with Ari, I was like, oh, I got to listen to it because she clearly is on a media tour. This is the 3rd interview of hers that I don't see.
Yeah.
So they had posted the episode. I listened to it. I had 20 minutes left, and then it stopped playing. They had took the episode down. Now, up until this point, I had heard a lot of stuff. They put it back up a couple hours later, and that episode was definitely shorter. Definitely a few things they took out, which was weird. Like the stuff they took out was when she first met him and how she met him. I'm like, somebody must have lied. I don't know. And I hate to sound like, because fans be doing conspiracies and stuff, but I'm somebody who listens to hundreds of podcasts a month, so I know I ain't tripping.
Yeah,
but not hundreds. Let me. A lot. It's like 3 or 4 podcasts a day, so I don't know how y'all add it up. But anyway, they took out that part about that, and then they it was something else. I think they took out the part where Angela Yee gave into detail about Cardi's B lawsuit against Tasha K. She actually had explicitly said what it was about, and then they took that part out. I'm like, yeah, because when she said, I'm like, now why would she repeat what the girl said? But on the new version, it wasn't on there. And I listened to it from beginning to end because I don't play by podcasts. I like to hear something. But anyway, but yeah, I agree. Like you said, the one that she had on the Alice Simone show was not convincing. And the reason why I brought the Angela Yee thing is she said that was something that she's doing with Fashion Nova, which to me is probably something Fashion Nova is doing.
Yeah, she did. She said that it was something Fashion Nova, and I'm like, girl. Anywho,
yeah,
second
and
part.
she claims that she was supposed to do it for Christmas, but she had COVID.
Yeah.
Either way, honestly, let me just backtrack too about that. The domestic violence thing is really wild to me, the stuff she said, because she's literally a domestic violence victim. Like there's an actual YouTube video of her on the steps in her home here crying about G Herbo putting his hands on her. And then Rihanna is a victim. It's just so crazy. And I know that she's gotten a lot of fame for just being herself, which is amazing, truth be told. But it's just really wild to go through something like that publicly and not have any like compassion. And I think, like you said, she want to be really real. And I think that deep down, she might be a cool girl, but she definitely has a lot. Like I seen this tweet that said that she didn't have any redeeming qualities. Now I think that's kind of harsh to say about somebody you don't actually know, but it does come off that way. Like she's just soup. She's just not humble. She's like,
you need to say the whole tweet.
Huh?
She don't. You need to read. You need to say.
I don't
even
remember. Tweet. I just remember that redeeming, because I always say people don't have redeeming qualities when they're a trash person.
It said honestly, Ariana Fletcher doesn't have any redeeming qualities outside of having a fat ass.
Jesus Christ. And I just feel like she is one of those people, like, I mean, and this is from what I've seen. She's just, I don't like, for example, if you, not to compare, but if you look at Jada, she could be a trash person. We do not know. But when it comes to the public eye and how she's making her money, it does not come up. Besides her clothing line debacle, aside from that, she's really been a nice girl. And I know she's had some drama in her younger years, but she's managed to clean that image up. Now, Ari, who was a bit older than her, always going off on her fans, talking about how they broke when these are the people that gave you money. I think that's really crazy. But I guess somebody got to be the villain.
Yeah, but that sucks. That's just bad.
Hey, I'm just listening. She took it from Drea. She took it from Ari. She took it from another. I think if you have a brand and you solid on what your company motto and standards are, you should absolutely snatch people's bags. Nobody's entitled. It's a right to work campaign, baby. Mm-hmm. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
So on the second part,
because they doing all they can to recover, because they ain't doing that like that they used to.
She was in the media again today for posting the photo, and she had a knot on her head. So everybody is assuming that she is once again a victim of.
Hold on, wait a minute. What?
So that's why I brought that up, because I'm like, not only did you do that, but now it's like she has a knot on her head, and people trying to figure out how does she get it.
Wait, I'm looking at it. Why would she post that?
I don't know.
Y'all, okay, so there's a picture on the neighborhood talk. Maybe I'll put in the episode notes if it's not deleted by the time y'all see it. But it's a picture, it's an edited picture of her, like an actual photo, good quality photo, and she has a knot on the right side of her head. Oh my God. But what people automatically assume money bad. I wouldn't assume he did it either. She could have gotten into a fight, but it still is kind of crazy to post that. And then she posted a new video showing that it ain't there. But girl, the video, why would that hump be in the picture? So what? Okay. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is crazy.
Yeah. So now
Somebody said, girl, is that a knot on your head? Somebody said, not in the mood for the BS. All right.
Okay. Mm-mm.
Then this video she posted, that's not even the same outfit. So how are we supposed to know that? Okay, anyway, all right. And that's sad.
I guess she said that's the same wig, child.
Yeah, okay, but that's a middle part bust down with baby hairs. But yeah, I don't know, man. I can't even use that she's young because she's done. She ain't nothing but a few years away from being 30. Everybody ain't gotta be likable, but I feel like she does not do a whole lot to make herself likable, but she tries to paint the picture as if she is. Even her friends, the people that she be around, they kind of be on the same thing.
Yeah.
But you know, who am I? I live in a 2-bedroom condo that I ain't paid for yet. I don't own no acres, and my man ain't rich. I'm broke. A car from 2018. My house in 2 old French braids, and I'm recording on a MacBook Pro without the charger plugged in. Who are me to judge?
What is wrong with you?
Like, I'm broke. I ain't got no room. I hope she pray for me. I could use it. I need Irish prayer.
Oh God.
Anyway, okay, so I want to talk about Pastor Wide Hips, aka Michael Todd from that church in Oklahoma. Let me tell you something. Okay, so I have always before I found I can't really say I have a go-to church. I do have a go-to church, but I don't be going to church. You know, I go to church online. I have gone a couple times in person, but that's been I can count on one hand since the pandemic. So when I discovered Michael Todd maybe about a year or two ago, I liked his personality. I was like, okay, because I was really looking for that modern church vibe. I wanted somebody who I can kind of relate to, but I can teach the message in a way that I can. Because when I think back on the church I grew up in, a lot of the pastors are all seniors. It's the same pastors from when I was a kid. And so they just don't really reach me the way I would like to be reached when it comes to religion. And so, but after a while, he just was giving me, like Pastor Todd, Mike Todd was giving me very like gimmicky vibes, just trying to be like just very social media. And I know that's the way right now, and that's how you reach people. But to me, it doesn't come off as very authentic. Also, these mega church pastors, maybe it was you might have been passionate about it at one point, but you getting that check. In addition to that, he is shaped like a Coke bottle. He got hips. He fit. He looked like Ari. So anyway, Pastor Mike Todd had a sermon yesterday. And long story short, his brother was on the stage and he hawked into his. I'm literally nauseous trying to explain.
I cut the video off on that part.
Listen, I swear to God, y'all, I did everything I could to avoid watching this video because it was up and down my timeline. But and I hate spit, I hate stuff, I hate when people spit. It literally makes me sick. And I swear that's always been the case. I remember Chris used to spit a lot when we was little, and I used to hate that junk. Oh my God. So anyway,
yeah.
I was looking at a Breakfast Club. Angela Yee does a rumor report and she covers this story. And I'm like, all right, let me see. Because I clearly can't avoid this video. Let me see what's going on. That's typically what happened. When I try to avoid a video on social media, Angela Yee always cover. And I like the Breakfast Club. I like Angela Yee. And so I watched it. So anyway, y'all, when I am 32 and a half years old, 32.99. And I said yucky for the first time since I was 2 because it was yucky. It was disgusting. Y'all, this man literally hawked. Think of having a chest cold and you cough all that slime up. And not only did he put it in his brother's face, I can't even get it out. He literally smeared it over his. I swear to God, I'm about to throw up. I'm not even joking. All right, let's move past that. It was so freaking disgusting that I promise you 3 or 4 hours later, I am still nauseous. I literally had gunk in my throat. I couldn't even swallow it because that's how disgusting it makes me feel when I see spit. It's disgusting. And then he goes on the social media to apologize, but it was so carefree that he didn't even like. He was like, "Yeah, I went too far. Yeah, sorry guys. I wish you watched the whole message. F the message, because that's out the window." It was just so disgusting, and I just hate. My thing is, like I said, like he even said, sometimes he does out of the box things to get a message across, and to me, it's just you couldn't have thought that was even the audience reaction. This is your brother. Oh, I'm sick. So anyway, I say all to say is like it's hard to find a good pastor. I say all that to say it was so freaking disgusting, and I hate what people are
I
doing
can't
for
even.
social
Yeah,
media.
I don't even want to look like I
Don't
didn't.
please listen. Don't I'm not. I swear I'm not gagging for fun. I can't even control it. I'm literally disgusted. Oh God! And the thing is, I stopped watching him. I stopped liking his content. He made a bit. He was preaching one day about divorces, and this man went on to say that you shouldn't divorce a man because he hit you. I had to draw the line. He need to begin. He need his fancy partnership revoked before he even get it.
Don't know who he is. Don't want to know who he is. He's disgusting, and he needs to be canceled and also thrown in jail. That's
He
assault.
got wide hips, and he made me say yucky today. Disgusting.
Um,
Anyhow,
the next convo, we're taking it back. Well, I wanted to talk about a conversation that came up on social media this past weekend, which was brought up because of once again the controversial Big Lotto. So this past weekend, Mulatto. I actually sent you this hairstylist, Slayology. Slayology on Instagram. She is a hairstylist in Atlanta, and she specializes in tape-ins on Black women, and also because those are really popular right now, tape-ins and like just micro links and stuff like that. You know, like the more natural hairstyles that are still extension.
yeah, I
So
tried to book with her when I thought I wanted micro lens, and she was just only doing lessons. I'm like, all right, well, I'm
yeah,
not
she
going
cut off her
somewhere.
books sometimes. Like cause she be getting two book. I know another stylist that do that too. But so over the past weekend she did Mulatto's hair. Um, and I guess you know Mulatto sometimes wears her red hair. We all
Her
know
name
that
is
her hair is
Lotto.
long. Alyssa. So she did her hair. And so I'm trying to find the post, which I had right here. She did her hair and she got tape ins or whatever, but her hair is already long, but she got
I
a little bit
like
more
more
added to it or
density.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it started up a conversation on TikTok,
All right.
basically because people were saying that they had arguments about um, oh, her hair is only long because she's mixed, and her
Oh
hair is
my
only this way because
God.
she's mixed. So people started to argue the fact, like, oh, hair length has nothing to do with race. One is not better than the next. Let's embrace each other, no matter the length or the race. Like, they just really started an argument, and this just goes to show that people never really acknowledge the racism in against each other in the Black community
Yeah,
because
internal
for
racism for
one, you
sure.
know what I'm saying? Like y'all begged this girl to change her name, begged her because it was offensive. She did. And now all of a sudden she can't wear her real hair out and you know what I'm saying? And show her hair online because it's gonna offend people because now y'all saying that don't you know, let me just tell you something. We just have to learn to take care of our hair. Our hair as Black people,
It's
we
very
come in
sensitive.
about 600 different styles of black. Let's just
Mm-hmm.
say that. So it's different ways that you can that you're supposed to take care of your hair. I started to grow my hair out when I was in 6th grade, and my hair started to grow fast. But once I got to high school, it had a standstill, and it was because my mama was using certain products on my hair and to keep it healthy that she was using as a kid from her grandma
Mm.
and or her mom, and that wasn't how that was supposed to go. Because now that I'm older and I'm like, okay, I know that my hair is this texture. My hair grew long. Well, my hair grows fast and long. Like even with my locks now, my hair is like touching my neck when I wear it down. And it's crazy because it's just the way that I take care of my hair. Black people can grow long hair
Yeah, and
naturally.
also we also didn't have the proper natural hair products growing up. Like we this is a
Yeah.
like right now is like unprecedented.
Yeah, we got so many things that we can do. And then there's so many different people that are doing natural hairstyles and just like even on YouTube, you can learn how to do your own hair.
Yeah, I mean, even for
Instagram.
myself, my hair it does grow, but I my hair is very sensitive. If I don't stay on top of my trims, it literally will grow long and be damaged. So I cut off. My hair was way past my shoulders a couple months ago, and it really pained me to cut. And that's besides the point. But I need people to, like you mentioned, the internalized racism. Like black people can absolutely grow long hair. I saw this video of these two older white women touching this black girl's hair and saying, "Have you ever seen an African American with this much hair?" That is so ignorant. Like that the people, not only they, but also our own people do not even value themselves to even find the beauty in their hair. It's not even believe that your hair can grow. Your hair can grow.
Yeah.
It's really sick. It's really, really sad. And it's when I see these different things where people don't even like, even about these men who don't date black women. It's like when I see black people, I be thinking like, that's a black king right there. That's a black queen right there. Like I
Know
love
me.
my people, all the shades, all the everything. And it's really sad that people don't see that themselves. It's like, and how you know people didn't cut their hair? We really change our hair more than anybody. You know what I'm saying? It's just such a stupid topic. And I bet you the people who post it are probably like 16 years old. And I'm always say that. They
Yeah.
just really I'm too old
It's
to have
weird.
an
I have to check
iPhone.
my friends sometimes too because um they kind of discriminate against black people who speak proper,
I used
like
to do the
speak
same
proper
thing, and
English.
it's a
And
shame.
I'm
I
like,
wanted everybody to talk hood because I was hood, and I used to
yeah,
assume that people who talk proper was not didn't have the real black experience. That's really a shame. I don't feel that way anymore. Now I do get a little annoyed by that. I ain't like that. All right, but
I get it.
some of it does annoy me a little bit just because it sounds so like I don't know
Forced.
how to explain it, but I don't look at them as less black. I do think we have different experiences, but then also on the flip side, a lot of those people tend to feel like they had a like they're better because it's just really weird. It's a sick
Yeah.
divide. It really is.
I no, that is very true. But I'll be having to explain to them. I'm like, you got to realize that everybody didn't grow up in the hood.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's parents raised them different. Like some people were raised in suburbs and like nice areas. I mean, but you have to think about it. If you had the opportunity, or if your parents had the opportunity, they probably would have did the same thing. But everybody
Yeah,
isn't
for
awarded,
sure.
and it's like you
And to
have
be
to.
honest, it's people who probably grew up in our hood, and that was a better option than what they were. Because Campbellton is a hood, but it's one of the nicer hoods. To be honest,
Yeah,
people
for
really
sure.
owning stuff out there.
Yeah. And so I be having to check my friends sometimes because I'm like, don't say that. And it's like, oh, I just can't. Because even one of my friends, he's dating right now, and his boyfriend is really infatuated with him, and we were talking about it, and they like each other, but he says that he feels awkward sometimes because he feels as if the boy only the boy is like using him as a ghetto pet because
Oh
the
my
boy
god,
is really
I've
proper.
definitely been in that situation before. One time a dude heard my accent, he was like, "Oh, I need your number, shawty." And I think it can be it's one thing to be attracted to someone's like people love New Orleans accent or they might love a New York accent or a British accent. But like it's to don't get make it to the point where you are really looking past who I really am. And it's like I'm an accessory to you now because I have this. It's like when white people ask their black friend to dance. It's like what the freak?
Yeah.
I'm not like a circus
So
act.
he felt like that, and I was like, you shouldn't think that way. He probably genuinely likes it. Like it's
Well, he
probably
needs to address
definitely
that with him because I would feel that way.
yeah. He should, but he also just feels the type of way that he's proper because he feels like oh, he's from Connecticut, and it's like he didn't grow up in the hood, and
So we can't
he has this
relate.
type of job, and he hangs out with these type of people. And I'm like, that's not his fault. That you usually hang out with people who you have similarities with. So it
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't look right for him to be hanging out with people that's from Campbellton Road and Bankhead and all these different places, because what do y'all have in common? Now,
And you
not
know,
saying that's not possible, that y'all can't be friends. However, it's
you
just
gotta look
not
past it.
common.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like not common. So I'm like, you can't fault him from that, and you can't fault he can't fault you for hanging around who you hang around in the way that you talk, because y'all were raised different. But he probably genuinely likes you. He probably thinks that he's probably very attracted to you. He probably feels as if he has somebody that he can be himself around, because his friends, since they are like here, or to our standards or to his standards, they're probably up here mentally. He can't talk about certain things with them that he can talk about with you and express himself, and you won't judge him opposed to them. And I said you have to kind of
Well, I
look at
hope
it
they're
from
not
that point.
forcing compatibility because it sounds like they just trying to stick it out type of thing.
No, they like each other. He just was weird. He was like, he likes the boy treats him really nice. He's respectful. You know what I'm saying? He's never really been treated that well before.
Mm-hmm.
So it's different for him, and it's so sad that we have to like kind of fight our own trauma sometimes when dating, because of our past dating situations. So I think that's probably what it is. But I just be telling him, I'm like, you shouldn't think that. I'm like, but he definitely should have a conversation just to make sure.
Yeah,
Like,
they need to
listen,
address that. I understand though. I also want to bring up the thing where these ghetto white people like Landon Romano and Whoa Vicky, and Whoa Vicky, I got a feeling she probably really do talk like that, which is really weird, but whatever. But that Landon guy who always act like a ghetto black girl, he be doing all that dropping and twisting. He really grinds my gears. And my issue is like
you
all
know
these
what? You the only person I can relate to on that, because every time I tell people that, they be like, I think he's funny, and I'm
it's
like,
not funny at all. He literally gets popular off pretending to be a ghetto black woman, and he
yeah.
literally does not come from that. And I mean, I've seen his family. Your name is freaking Landon, but anyway, my issue is white people that talk ghetto or on social media acting black. They have the same black accent, but you can literally go to the west side, the east side, the south side, and we all talk completely different. But it's like this one caricature of black that these people have adopted, and it's
I
really a
know exactly what
shame,
you mean.
huh?
I said, I know exactly what you mean.
It's just really crazy. It's like, where do y'all get this persona from? And why do you think that you have to talk ghetto? And to be honest with you, I had to remind myself that I mean, I know I'm ghetto. That's fine. Amongst my people, I'm ghetto. I talk ghetto, whatever. But in reality, we country. We from the South. We talk like we from the South. Because if you go to Savannah, Macon, you meet these white people, they don't sound too different from us, except they really pronounce their R's. They really curve their words. They have a little twang. They just white and we just black. And just like some of them, they cut off some of the letters and some of their words. We do the same thing. And we also have our own lingo. But I hate that people try to like that has become like a part of the cartoon character of what white people think black people are. And it's wrong. Like you said, all black people did not grow up in the hood. That's a fact. Like it's people all over the state of Georgia, all over. And then the thing is, in the South, it's really tough because there's so many black people, and we also were like the heart of the civil rights movement. But you can go all across the country, and you will see black people not living in the hood. And even if they did so well, we grew up in the hood. Now what? What you gonna
Yeah.
do? It's just really. I just hate it. I just hate it all. Stuff like that is what makes me hate social media. Cause it's like I just want. How can I make sure I never see this ever? Like, especially Landon, I blocked him on everything, and the MF is still. The thing is, people reply to his comments and in other comments, and I got to see his name. But he really annoys me. It's so freaking annoying. It's so annoying. So annoying. I can't stand him.
Yeah, I agree. But even with that too, I have a lot of white family members. Some married in, some not. But I do have an aunt and a cousin who I've made jokes about them since I was kids with Alicia, April and Sabrina. And so
My
April
favorite.
and Sabrina are from Alabama, but they from the hood. And they grew up in
And
like
Tyrone too, right?
Tyrone is black.
Oh, my bad. Oh, that's one day. Okay, keep going.
Yeah, that's April's husband.
Right. I knew that. I knew it one on.
Okay, so yes, Tyrona's black, which is her husband, and then her daughter Sabrina is white. So she had Sabrina with a white man. So they're both fully white, but they are so ghetto. They so hood. But
Yeah.
I never thought nothing about it growing up because I knew that they grew up in the hood, like
But you
around
can
black people.
tell, you can still tell the ones who
You can tell who
literally,
play. Yeah, because like you said, with Landon, you don't even give that. It's like
it be
you
so
literally are stealing.
extreme.
Yeah,
The
you literally stealing Pretty V's personality. That's what it
oh
is.
God. I ain't a fan of her either. But Jesus Christ. But I used to work with this white girl when I worked at Macy's, and she definitely from the West Side, definitely baby dad, everybody like she definitely grew up on the West Side, off Bankhead, on Bankhead. She read Bankhead, but when you talk to her, you will never think why that white girl acting black. It is so you can you just know she grew up around black folks, and I think that it's also possible to grow up around black folks and not adopt those accents, not talk like that. But she don't even have a hard ghetto accent. She just talk like she's from the South. It's just it's just like you said, you can tell the fake from the real. It's and then it's a shame that this even has to be a discussion, but it's just so annoying because there are black people come in so many different flavors, just like other ethnic groups and things like they all look different. They all talk. It's like no different from, I don't want to say no different, but people confusing Asians amongst each other, like Chinese, Japanese, Korean, etc., etc. But if you got to know them, you will realize that they all look, talk, and act differently. So the same needs to be applied to black people. And even when I think about like in other countries, black people are in all across the globe. They're black Irish, they're black Swedes, they're black they everywhere. And it's just it's just, oh God, I blame colonialism. If it never happened, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. Just let us be with our people
For
and
sure.
leave us alone. Now it's y'all fault. Now we got to be up here having conversations about why y'all trying to act like us, but you don't value us. Make it make sense. TikTok released a list of top earning creators, and no black person was on that list. We made that out. I remember when black creators went on the strike, it wasn't no dances being made, no nothing. Y'all was out there crying, hurt,
And now they make
hurt. And it's a shame. And I've seen so many black creators on there talking about how they will get offered hundreds of dollars for brand deals where a white counterpart would get 5-figure, 4-figure deals. And it's really sick to me because this creator's power and you know how much revenue they'll generate for you, but you literally want to pay them dollars. Like this black girl had an email from a hair vendor that said they prefer a straight haired influencer for more diversity. What diversity?
oh my god.
Anyway, let me get off my soapbox. But it's y'all fault.
It ain't my fault because I don't be
Not you.
supporting those.
The ones that want to be us but hate us so bad. And it's a
Mm.
shame that so many black people have adopted these ideals. Like the guy from that podcast the Asian doll was on, who once like calling dark skinned girls shaquitas. That pissed me off so bad. I wanted to bring it up last week, but it actually really made me really upset because he literally is Sudanese. You are from Africa.
They
And
think
then your
like that though.
coworker is a dark skinned black man. Your mama black.
Yeah.
And then to tell another dark skinned girl that she was different, that's no different from white people being like, you're not like the rest of them. No, I am black. And Shaquita, nobody chooses their name. So let's forget it. And people ain't even getting them kind of names no more. So you need to let that stereotype go. Like it's just really sad. They see one type of people and then they associate that with everybody because it's so extreme to them, but they want to dance to the music. They want to dress like us, do the dance. They want to hang out. They want to drive through the hood when they come to Atlanta. They want to go to Cascade to go skating. But be doggone if they park their own car and don't hit the lock button 50 times because they really scared, but they want to be around for the aesthetic. Make it
Yeah.
make sense.
Yeah, I've noticed that a lot. Like being in Atlanta, I knew a lot of African men, like just through other people. And I had a few of them say stuff like that around me, and I just was confused. I'm like, that, that they would prefer light skin or
because the
why?
media around the world portrays that same narrative. So they come here thinking that we lazy and we don't want to do nothing and we don't want to work hard, but we have completely different lifestyles. Over there, they own all their stuff. They know their ancestors. They know their family lineage. They come over here and they feel like we complain too much. And there are people that complain too much, but they are thinking about the same group of people. They're not thinking about like the whole, like they're not thinking about reality. And it's really sad because that's the picture that's being painted. And how can you blame them? They're being fed that information. So they come over here thinking they better than us because they have been told that they are. When y'all are, we all black. Get pulled over.
Yeah.
Let me know how that go. Your dashiki is not gonna save it. That's no offense, but I'm just saying, don't come over here thinking. And I see it all the time. People talk down on Americans. Don't get me wrong. I think that we are a very entitled country. I think that our leadership has given us that, but a lot of that entitlement don't even apply to black folks. So
Yeah.
and I hate
No,
that we got
see,
to still be complaining about that, but it literally was indoctrinated in our lifestyles. All right, I'm done for real. And another thing, I'm just saying.
it's giving you need to be a history teacher.
Listen, I don't have time to be arguing with folks though. I'd rather argue to this microphone with no audience. And then y'all can argue to y'all iPhones. Say what you want to say, but keep on playground.
Yeah.
Black people literally made social media what it is. Always. But most definitely right now. We literally made what pop culture is. We made the aesthetic for life on this whole goddamn globe. It's really a shame that there are people who would still find ways to talk down and not give us the opportunity we deserve. And you would think that we would be past it. It's 2022, but literally everything was built against us. It was. Everything's rooted in racism, and I'm gonna always stand by that. But for real, this time I'm done.
I agree. I agree on that part. Everything is within racism. I can't do nothing.
Nothing.
I can't do anything. I feel weird out here. I'm in California sometimes too because when I go out in public, since there's not many, the population of Black people that's not on the South Side, because the South Side of LA is where Black people reside. So that's like Compton and Inglewood, all those that side.
We be coming.
So when I go grocery shopping, when I go to IKEA, when I do all of the things, it says, I'm in like North Hollywood, Burbank, Glendale, all those areas like that. I've like experienced like some weird looks from people and like just like up like even today when I went to the grocery store, but they were all from Black women. And I carry my Telfar bag every day. I'll switch it out. I carry my
Every time I
Telfar
see
bag.
a Telfar, I'm like, okay, Telfar. No, we in a game.
Everybody always do that. They be doing that. And so I'm in the store. Normally people do that. They'll be like, okay, Telfar bag, whatever. This one lady, she was just staring at me. She was like, wow, never seen a man with the Telfar. That's so cool.
Oh my God.
That was so passive
Telfar
and dirty.
is literally a man. Telfar is literally a man.
Tell sis.
Oh my God.
Same thing happened in the grocery store today, but I didn't have one on Telfar. I had on a little Adidas bag because I was just like, whatever. I just need my wallet, chapstick, and whatever.
And we got time to be being conscious about that. Now I gotta be worried about somebody saying something about my Telfar bag made by a Black man, and I'm a Black man. I am Telfar. I'm an extension of him.
The lady was staring at me so hard that she was like, dropping her groceries.
Girl, pick your face up too while you're down there getting them goddamn eggs.
I'm like, Grandma, what is it? I got on a regular t-shirt, Adidas pants, and Yeezys. What is it, sis? Like,
oh my God, the whole time she be tuning in every Monday for a drop, trying to get it back, and I ain't got one yet. If you mad, then say that.
Yeah. But yeah, I normally like when I was visiting, I'm like, I haven't really seen anything that's racist out here, but I be seeing it.
Oh, it's out there.
Definitely.
It's out. They might be a little bit more. Okay.
Drivers be racist too, but
racism is everywhere.
I think I talked about it on here in an early episode when I first moved here, and I was going out, and the Uber driver was like breaking his neck, saying that he loves. He was breaking his neck. He was like, I'm so sorry. I love women. I just love women. I'm like, oh, okay. He was like, yeah, I love women. He was Asian. He was like, I love Asian women, of course. But I love like almond color women, like who did he use as a reference?
Brother.
Halle Berry.
Oh,
he was like Halle Berry color.
Mind you, he
And I'm
would see Halle Berry, wouldn't even know if it was her.
in my
Mind
head,
you.
I'm like, why would he feel comfortable saying that to me?
Let me tell you, so I told you about that time I was at the outlets and this white lady came up to me and said, out the blue, someone got mad at me because I got my son a book about Martin Luther King. I was like, what? Like, why would you come up to me and tell my now she wasn't even I wasn't in her way. We wasn't even about to bump into each other. She walked across the sidewalk and came to me and said that. What do I supposed to do with this information? Like, do I come to you
Your ass
talking
on the
about
ground.
did I come to you talking about I got a McGraw-Hill textbook about US history? No. Jesus. It's like y'all making me uncomfortable. Like, this is why I like my own people. Unfortunately, my
Oh,
people put in these conditions where they have subpar access in stores. So now I gotta go over here if I want to go to Trader Joe's or a discounted store. It's just, Lord have mercy. I hate it here. I love it here.
Malcolm Isha X. Hold on
Like,
now.
it's just so
That
annoying. And it's
happened
like trying,
yesterday too.
huh?
My Uber driver was racist yesterday too because um in my building a lot of black people live here,
Mm-hmm.
and I love that. Like I love my building, but it's a lot of black people that live here, and so two guys were walking out, and they just were walking to Starbucks or whatever, but they were dressed like they had on like I guess traditional urban clothes that black men wear. One of them had dreads,
Oh
and
no, did he
so
have on a hoodie that we
no hoodie. They ain't
all
got
wear?
nothing. Keep in mind, they had on like tight clothes, kind of not tight clothes, but you could see like if they were to have something in their pocket, you could basically see it.
Yeah, and
So,
listen, you can hurt somebody without some in your pocket. But anyway,
so I told him I was like, "Hey, that's my apartments on the left, right here, with the glass building in the front." So I was telling him to go to the left side. He went to the right. So I said, "Whatever. I'll just go across the street." So when he pulled over to the right, he immediately popped the trunk, and the people the guys were walking behind the car and they looked at the car like real quick like that because they probably was just stunned that he just
yeah, the
opened the trunk
noise
so
caught
fast.
my
They was
guard
just looking
probably.
like that. So he hopped out the car as I was getting my bags. Like he hopped out the car too, and he was like, "Yo, you need to be careful. It's real dangerous out here in LA." And I'm like,
Yeah,
"Okay."
I just got out of a
So
very dangerous Uber drive. Thank you so much for the warning.
he was like, "Yes, we're dangerous." He was like, "Did you see those guys?" And I looked at
Oh
him
my
like,
god. Oh my god. That would have pissed me off.
and
That
I
would have
said,
pissed me off.
"What about him?" And I said, "What about him?" When I opened the trunk, they looked down and under it trying to see what was in there, and I felt like
Oh
they
my,
were trying to
and
steal
that's what
stuff.
be happening. They really convince themselves that we are the ain't that sick? It's I got so many California stories, man. From stuff that people have said to me, people refusing to talk to me, and this was in the Bay Area, and not that that should make it any difference, but working for like literally the number one company in the world didn't make me exempt from that kind of treatment. Like it's really, really, really sad. They was not looking under your
I'm
trunk. That
like, baby,
like
they was not looking under there. I said, I just grabbed my bags and said,
it's like,
"Okay,
sir, I literally just got out of prison for killing the whole family. So you be careful." And would have walked.
1 star,
Jesus, yeah, I would. Yeah. Anyways, all
1 star."
right, let's wrap this episode up because this stuff like this really pisses me off, and I hate that we like I even hate the things that I desire requires me to mesh myself amongst these people who may not like me or probably don't like me. Even I'm gonna tell you something that happened in my neighborhood recently that I'm just like I'm about to move into a bubble. But all right, y'all, it's been another episode of OD Podcast. Holla at your girl.
Holla at your world and your whirlpool.
And your pearl and your curl. All
Yeah.
right. Bye.
Bye.